Hey, this is Stephanie repping STEMedia here at the South by Southwest Edu conference, and this is my first time ever being here, and it's been, what can I say, mind-blowing. So I wanted to leave you with 3 tips as to why you should be in this space, especially as a scientist, science communicator, or just someone who's interested in creating content within the education system. First and foremost, networking, as we do in any conference, but why is it important to network here in this event? Just like with any science communication that we do, our audience is important. And we don't want to create content for the sake of creating content. We really want to understand our audiences. And South by Southwest is where our audience lives, especially educators that are in the science space, being able to understand what teachers are going through, what problems they're dealing with in the classroom. And as people that are kind of like stuck behind the ivory tower or within the STEM spaces, sometimes we don't actually understand that connection. So it's important for us to kind of get that first person perspective, understand what their problems are, what their needs are, so we're better tailoring our content to be able to serve a purpose that's more beneficial for the teachers if you're trying to be in that space where they are using, your videos for their classrooms, or if you're yourself are trying to build curriculum to complement the content that you're trying to build. There are multiple opportunities here in order for you to connect these types of audience. They have either one-to-one peer mentoring. They also have a bunch of workshops where these experts, these leaders in the education space are providing insight, they're providing value that you can learn from, you can connect with, and have deeper discussions with those that are in the tables with you. And most excitingly, they have social events. And so they have meetups, pop-up dinners, meetups throughout the day for those that are, within the content development space, within the STEM space, within the types of niches that there are exciting social meetups in order to make sure that you're within the audience that you're trying to reach or within the spaces that you're trying to connect with. This leads me to the second reason why you should be here at the conference, and that is because we get insight into the education industry. We have ed tech entrepreneurs who are here developing the new, latest, innovation that can transform the way classrooms are handled. And then we also have the people that are using that platform, which is the teachers. As scientists and science communicators, we can be that bridge to better understand what teachers are needing within their classroom and what are the missing gaps that ed tech is not quite hitting that we can be a better representation of or better understanding to create that bridge and create those solutions for these types of problems. Because of the workshop that they have developed, we gain insight into what is new, what is transformed. We hear case studies, we hear transformation stories, we hear success stories, and we also hear about failure. And so being able to hear from these entrepreneurs and these experts and how they're doing and developing their process can better inform the way that we strategize in terms of science communication, science content, or whatever content platform that you're trying to build through your science communication efforts. Last but not least, the third reason why you should be attending the South by Southwest is just because you're surrounded by people who are just excited about education, excited about transforming the way that things are done, and just being amongst peers, amongst colleagues, amongst collaborators, partners, the next investor, just gaining so much inspiration from the keynotes and the featured sessions and a lot of the performances that are showcasing their innovative ways and how they are really wanting to impact young minds and change the future of STEM education, or not necessarily STEM education, but just education in general. I think the most important thing that we're trying to do with how we're thinking about education is what are the students actually gaining from the content that we're producing or the curriculum that we're developing, and how do we break away from the strict molds and the strict confinements and the amount of hours that students are in the education system to actually develop skills that are going to be useful for their future and for whatever they aspire to be in the long run. I think that's so inspirational and that's so motivational, especially as science communicators, or science media producers. How are we actually leveraging the tools and designing the tools that we're doing in order to transform how people consume science, consume media, and how do we, contextualize that in the broader impact of education as a system, as a structure, and, what can we do to be a part of that change? STEMedia was here to just kind of investigate whether this is a space that we want to be in, and after my experience here, it is a definite yes. That's it for me. Thank you so much for listening in. Comment below to let us know, what you're interested in within the science education space or science communication space. And we hope to see you here next year. Bye. And most importantly, don't look at me like that. Everyone's watching me.